Destiny Busy Moms, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? I trust God that you're all doing great. Welcome back to another video. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I trust God that you're going to be blessed. Welcome to a family of moms that are living their lives intentionally on a daily basis. If you would love to be one of us, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell beside it so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. Please feel free to join me and other moms on Facebook, Telegram, and Instagram for other content, and also go back to watch older videos on YouTube from years ago. So I saw somebody today, a friend, that was saying she didn't know I started YouTube a long time ago. Yes, I actually started this channel in 2017. It's been a long time coming, and I have lots of great content, old content for you. So please go back and watch every one of them. I'm sure it will be a blessing unto you. All right, so back to today's video. Today, let's talk about owning your story, okay? Owning your story. First of all, there's something I want you all to know, and I know that you know, okay? So I'm more or less reiterating it, and that is everyone has his or her own story, okay? So your story is different from mine. Your journey is different from mine. And we are all unique in our own ways, so we have different stories and we have different journeys, and it all translates into us having different destinies. Okay, so first things first, owning your story means that you accept your experiences, your challenges, your all the incidents and occurrences that have happened along the way, from where you were or where you used to be up until now, and even onto where you hope to be. Okay, so you appreciate the journey, you accept it as yours, as your own way of learning and of growing and of translating into destiny. You accept the whole process, the whole, all the challenges, everything that you went through to be where you are right now, and everything you will still go through to get to where you're going in the future. So that's what I refer to as owning your story, okay? And you might be wondering, what is so important about owning your story? So first of all, owning your story helps you to learn the lessons involved, okay? I know we are moms on this platform, but we're women first of all, and I know that we have different experiences on our ways to life. Okay, life has happened to us in different ways and in different measures and capacities, okay? And this is not deliberate, it's not debatable. It's not debatable. We all have stories to tell. But do you know that it's also possible for you to deny your story? So I'm talking from the angle of you accepting your story. It has happened, and along the way you have learned one or two things that shouldn't repeat themselves in the future or in the present, and so it's very important really to take responsibility of everything that has happened in your life thus far. I say so because this is going to help us as humans, as women, and as moms in the future. It's going to help us to be able to navigate our future and our destiny. It's very important to own your story, because at the end of the day, it doesn't only apply to you, it's going to apply to your children, and it's going to translate into their own destinies, how they are able to handle their own destinies in the future. Because the family is the first point of socialism, okay, if I may say so, the first point of socialism, where the child gets social and just learns a couple of things. And if you as the mom has gone through stuff and has not been able to accept everything that she has gone through as part of life and part of her destiny, and she has not learned the lessons involved, then I wonder how you're going to help your children through, or those who come to you to mentor them through, or those who look up to you as a mentor or as a role model? How are you going to help them through their own lives? How are you going to help them navigate through their own destinies? You know, I was studying Naomi and Ruth, and it occurred to me that this is just a perfect example of what we're talking about today: owning your story. So Ruth had a story, Naomi had a story, and at a point the stories looked familiar, but the nitty-gritties of their stories were actually different. And the important thing that I was able to note from my study was that Naomi was able to accept her journey. She was able to accept her story. She was able to own it. And with that came the power of owning the story of her story, owning her story, you know, because she was able to help Ruth navigate her own life, her own destiny, and it transformed her and her entire life into something magnificent, such that Jesus was able to come out from her lineage, you know, from the lineage of Ruth. It's amazing the power that is in our story if only we can own it, if only we can accept it and learn the lessons that are involved, instead of trying to push the blame to somebody or to a situation or to maybe our background or to maybe someone's attitude or whatever. You can choose how you respond to your journey. And this is the important thing I'm bringing here today to every one of us, is that the sooner you accept your story, the sooner you help someone else create their own story. And what do I mean? I mean that, you know, as soon as you're able to take responsibilities of your own story and your own journey and, you know, everything you're going through, and you're able to learn the lessons involved, you are able to also affect somebody else's life and destiny that way. And what joy, what could I even ever describe the joy, the feeling of being able to live so that someone else can live. If you've not started living for destiny, and when I mean for destiny, I mean consciously, actually deliberately doing things, you know, for posterity, not just for you anymore, but for posterity. And posterity as in for the gospel's sake, of course, for you know, Christ's sake, and for just God's will to be done. If you've not started living that way, then you've not started living intentionally. I must say that you've not started living quality life. It means you really haven't discovered purpose. At the end of the day, this life that we're living, we're not living it for ourselves. And so we need to be able to take control of whatever we're going through. Take control of it. Take responsibility is what I mean by take control. You know, have control over what you're going through. I know things will happen, and, you know, you'll feel pain, you'll feel hurt, you'll feel challenged, you feel disappointed, so many things. There's anxiety here and there, and, you know, all sorts of things. But what are you learning in the process? This is going to go a long way in you living intentionally. And at the end of the day, you're able to help your children also thrive and to go through their own lives, you know, because you've been able to embrace your journey. And so when someone else, your natural children, your spiritual children, or, you know, all sorts, people who look up to you and all that, when they start looking up to you and you're able to put them through because you have gone through what they've gone through, or at least similar situations, then you realize that you're not just living for yourself, you're living for generations. And that's what Naomi did for Ruth. And at the end of the day, here we are talking about Ruth in history. So let me leave you with this question, or with this thought. Have you owned your story yet? Have you accepted responsibility for everything that you've been through in life so far? And how are you using it for the benefit of God and the gospel, and living intentionally and fulfilling destiny? How are you using it in these various lights? I'll leave you with that, and I'm sure you've been blessed by everything I've said. But just in case you have anything to add or maybe a question to ask, please leave it in the comment section and I will surely get back to you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the privilege of being a blessing to you. Thank you for always clicking on my video and coming back to the channel to watch videos on and on and on. I trust God that everything I've said, or at least something I've said, has hit you today and that hit you in the right place, and you're going to from today begin to own your story instead of pushing it to someone else or pushing the blame to someone else, and in the long run not being able to run with the speed that God expects you to run, having learned the lessons He expected you to learn part-time. Thank you once again. Please feel free to share this video with all moms out there, women in general, but moms in particular. God bless you. Until I see you in my next video, keep living your best life intentionally on a daily basis. Bye.